Hello, welcome back. Diederik here. In this video, we're going to cover the process of creating your first invoice and sending this directly from within Stagent. Before we kick off, it's good to note that in the third video of this series, we already covered some of your team settings and finance preferences, which you need before we can start sending out an invoice. So make sure to check out that video. We're almost finished with our first booking, so let's dive straight into it. You can access the booking by going to your booking overview, which is right here, and then selecting the booking from the list or searching for the booking in the search bar on the left top. So in the booking overview, let's select the Finance tab next to Itinerary and Documents. Double check if all the fees are correct and all the expenses are listed correctly. And once we're ready, press Generate Invoice on the bottom here. As you can see, Stagent easily allows you to invoice separate parts of the entire deal. For example, I can invoice only the expenses or only invoice this specific artist deal. For this example, we will select all expenses. And as you can see, we can also give up a deposit date with a separate due date. For this video, we will fill in a deposit of 50% and request that it comes in on Friday. Once finished entering the deposit, scroll down to check out the payment terms and also the language. And once you're finished, we can press the button Generate. Your invoice is now successfully in draft. From the draft status, we can easily make changes to the actual invoice. We can send the invoice and we can also view and download a copy of the invoice. Now let's send out our first invoice by pressing the Send button right here. Similar to the contracting, a new interface will pop up, allowing you to make some final changes before sending out the invoice. From this view, easily send your invoice automatically through Stagent or select manually if you would like to download a copy and send it yourself. Here we can also adjust the due date and finally enable or disable Stripe Connect. In the situation where Stripe Connect is disabled, such as this, Stagent will ask you to incorporate or include a payment URL from any of the other services that you're using for your billing. For this tutorial, we will use Stripe Connect. So we enable it, and once we're entirely finished, I will send this invoice to myself and press Send. And as you can see, the status is automatically changed from draft to send, so you know that the invoice has been sent out correctly. Now that the invoice is sent, we can also view it again by pressing this button. And as we can see, because Stripe Connect is enabled, we have a separate deposit link and a separate full payment link, which is automatically generated and included on the invoice. If you disabled Stripe Connect or would like to enter manual payment, easily go back to your Invoices overview and press Record Payments. And for this example, we will record the entire payment in cash. And once we're finished, we press Record Payment. And as you can see, the status of the booking has instantly been changed to paid. And we will also log the payment underneath the invoice. Now, good to note, as soon as you send out the invoice, the expenses and the artist deal are locked in, meaning we can't make changes to these anymore. If we made a mistake on the invoice, we can press the three dots here on the side and we can generate a credit invoice. From this view, easily select the cost and expenses associated with the credit note, or select all of them in case you want to credit the entire invoice. And finally, press Save. As you can see, we have now generated a credit note deducting the entire amount of our initial invoice. As soon as we send it out, we're also able to adjust the costs again and generate a new invoice in case this is required. Congratulations! You've now successfully completely entered your first booking into Stagent, including the contracting and invoicing part. Let us know if you like these videos, and don't hesitate to reach out if there's any topic still unclear, so we can record that in the next video. Goodbye!